4.5 speed. He doesn't look like he runs fast. He's kind of spindly, but he gets downfield in a hurry.
Play action. Jensen finds Ryan Smith. Escapes one defender. Smith gets inside the 10-yard line. Finally tackled by Gaddis. A 16-yard pickup. It's going to be 1st and goal.
The head coach for Towson, Ryan Drevlow, said we have to tackle well. You can see right there, he should be tackled for essentially no gain. The missed tackle turns into a lot of yards after the catch.
Alexander DeSanzo, the 6th-year senior, whiffed on the initial pursuit. Crockett now gives it up to Vraa. On the reverse, Vraa gets right back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and goal. Vraa on the sidelines here on 2nd and goal. Smith lined up in the slot. Jensen's going to keep this. And Brock Jensen into the touchdown. And the Bison with a 27-7 lead.
Brock Jensen doesn't run with it much, but when he does, he's quite sneaky. Dallaire actually has the quarterback on that quarterback zone read, and Dallaire just falls asleep. He works upfield, forgets about 16. Brock Jensen stepping up inside. Kind of a sneaky runner, and it's timely. They don't run him much, but when they do, it's usually very effective.
Jensen ran for 3 rushing touchdowns in the title game last year. That was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season this year. Point after is good, and North Dakota State with a 3-score lead. 9:09 to go here in the 3rd. When we come back, we'll hear from a Heisman Trophy winner who's with Cara Capuano. For a win and get to Frisco in the championship. West stopped at the 50, flag on the play. West finished 3rd in the voting for the Peyton Award. That goes to the best offensive player in the FCS.
Peter Athens is down here now in the slaughter. Actually, that's Connor Frazier.
Athens in trouble, down he goes. Ryan Drevlow gets credit for the sack. The field may have had something to do with it.
Drevlow coming from that nose tackle position, getting the pressure up inside. You can see him coming right off the center. Doug Shaw beats him outside.
Little throwback. Here's McNorton. He's got a ton of room to the 20, down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. North Dakota State wins the Division I football championship. Jensen has it to the 10. He cuts it back. He will take it in. The North Dakota State Bison win their 2nd FCS championship.
3 straight trips to the championship game. North Dakota State on this list. Appalachian State, the only FCS school to win 3 consecutive titles. And Jerry Moore, the head coach for Appalachian State, actually spoke to this North Dakota State before the season. And the Bison, when outlining their team goals, they had 3 of them. Win the conference, they won the Missouri Valley, win a championship, and go perfect. 2 and 3, pretty close to being knocked off if North Dakota State can finish it. Sam O'Jury, first-team all-conference running back, using the stiff arm. He gets free. And O'Jury into Towson territory. It's a gain of 17 yards. For North Dakota State head coach Craig Ball, he is coaching his final game with the Bison. He accepted the head coaching job at Wyoming. A lot of this staff will make the trip to Laramie. Back to Ojuri, breaks free, still on his feet. Sam Ojuri brought down at the 10-yard line. Christian Carpenter with a touchdown saving tackle, but it's a 37-yard pickup.
North Dakota State's power run game is just getting downhill. You can see that offensive line just simply getting a hat on a hat, getting great fits up front, and this is kind of the vice that North Dakota State puts you in. They get up and then they just grind it on you, and you're seeing it right now. Ojuri is that guy that's a little more explosive at the running back position. We saw that on the last 2 carries.
Both Bison running backs, Ojuri and Crockett, north of 1,000 yards on the season. Back to Ojuri's on the upcoming Winter Championships. Log on to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 89 NCAA championships. Play action. Jensen for Vraa, and it's too far, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. You get the sense. Now the Bison's leading the play clock a little bit. Ojuri up the gut. Falls backward to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up.
And Anish, you talked about bleeding the play clock, and that's one of the things I noticed about Brock Jensen, even in the first half, is he gets that play clock a lot of times under 5 seconds. I mean, you talk about managing a game, which every quarterback needs to manage situational points and times in the game. Right now, the clock is your friend. You want to bleed it if you're North Dakota State as much as you can.
Ojuri, the deep back, 3rd and goal from the 1. Again, that play clock under 10 seconds. Jensen gives to Ojuri, and he's into the end zone. Tenth rushing touchdown of the season for the senior Sam Ojuri. And that is now 27 unanswered points from the Bison of North Dakota State. Adam Keller, who has 4 toes on his kicking foot, on for the point after. The pendulum swung toward North Dakota State in that 2nd quarter, and it has not swung back.
And the North Dakota State Bison win their 2nd FCS championship. And they do it in fine fashion, 39-13, and let the party begin.
North Dakota State, their fans have come en masse to Frisco, Texas, and the Bison a little more than 13 minutes away from celebrating a 3rd consecutive FCS championship. Craig Bohl, Wyoming bound, will be the Cowboys' next head coach, taking a lot of the staff with him. 35-7, the Bison have scored 28 unanswered points. Ryan Dowling from his own 2. And Dowling tripped up as he crosses the 15-yard line. Good punt by LeCompte. Dowling lets it bounce. And you can tell there's almost an air of resignation on that Towson sideline.
In some ways, that punt right there by LeCompte kind of frames this entire game.
A 66-yard boot by LeCompte. Towson pinned inside its own 5-yard line.
Has him here in this game today.
This was a team that was 9-0 on the road this season. As Athens picks up a 1st down. Blitz coming. Athens goes down. Levon Perry with this sack. Perry had a fumble return for a touchdown in the semifinal win against New Hampshire. All the post-game festivities can be seen on ESPN3. Grant Olson into the game, and yes, a victory bath for Craig Bohl. These fans get it. These fans get it. Some of the smartest and brightest and most passionate in all of college football. The team stacked up against the last two, and he said the last two they won. So until this team won a championship, that would be the ultimate measuring stick. But he said this was the most talented team he's had since coming to Fargo as the new head coach. Chris Kleiman gets, I guess, what would be an introductory victory shower.
He hopes he's getting that next year about this side.
He's to the 30, a gain of 7. Kelly, this North Dakota State team, we're talking an all-time team at the FCS level.
Without a doubt about it, and that's the challenge for Kleiman. It's that 3 national championships in a row, but then you lose essentially the entire coaching staff. You retain 1 coach, but you also lose the 24 seniors that have been the core of the run that you're just finishing right here this afternoon.
To give you an idea how dominant this Bison team has been in this postseason, if the final score holds as it is right now, this would be the closest game North Dakota State has played in these FCS playoffs. Wins of 31, 34, and 38 in the 3 preceding rounds. Brock Jensen, the winningest quarterback in FCS history. He'll punctuate his career with a 3rd straight national championship. 6 seconds left. Those eyes have got to be welling up. Athens to the air, and time runs out. North Dakota State has won its 3rd straight FCS championship. Capuano down to the field with Craig Bohl.
3rd straight national championship for North Dakota State. How does this one compare to the other 2, Coach Bohl?
Well, they're all very special. This one was harder. You know, going against doing something 3 times. I can't say enough for our football team. The resolve and focus, along with that with our coaching staff. Also want to give a shout out to Coach Moore. Thank you, Jerry.
You said that his message was achieve this as a team, and your seniors were possessed with perfection. They met every goal. How did that galvanized group do it?
Well, it's hard to do, and you know, you can strive for perfection. You're not going to get it, but along the way, you're going to catch excellence.
Your parents were here to watch you win this 3rd straight national championship, the support of Bison Nation. How did all of them, including your folks, propel this?
Well, you know what? We have a tremendous school, a great institution. We got the best fans in America, bar none.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Anish?
A team for the ages, a season for all time. North Dakota State caps a perfect season with a 3rd straight FCS championship. Your final score from Frisco: North Dakota State 35, Towson 7. The Bison champions again. What a last hurrah for the 24 seniors, Craig Bohl and his coaching staff that's headed to Wyoming. Trophy presentation on ESPN3. Now we send you to the studio. Steve Weissman and Andy Katz standing by.